Most road trips are boring, until the road gets empty and the car behind you doesn't slow down. Story 1. The highway stretched like a black vein through the desert, flanked by nothing but sagebrush and the occasional buzz of a lone insect smearing itself on my windshield. Midnight had come and gone, but my GPS insisted I keep driving. The rental car hummed unsettlingly, as though it, too, resented being awake. That's when I saw the figure on the shoulder. A woman, or something like one, arm raised in the beam of my headlights. Her shape was swallowed by the dark, but her voice, when she spoke, was clear. Please. It wasn't a question. She stood as still as a scarecrow, even as I braked, even when I rolled down the window. I've been here a while, she said. Her face tilted up, but I couldn't make out her features. The moon was behind her. I hesitated. Where's your phone? This road's got coverage. No answer. Her silence prickled. Finally, I sighed. Get in. She slid into the passenger seat, cool leather creaking under her. No smell, no perfume, no sweat, nothing. Just the faintest tang of damp earth. Thanks, she said. Her voice didn't match her posture. It was too warm, too practiced. I caught myself wondering how many cars she'd stopped before mine. Where to? She gave an address in a town I'd never heard of, somewhere off a dirt road. My GPS said it didn't exist. Just past the ridge, she said. There's a turnout. The car fell silent. Her hands lay still on her lap, but her eyes, I could tell she was watching me, even in the dark. I glanced at her. A flickering street lamp passed, and I saw. Her pupils were wide, black pools. No whites. She turned to me, smiling. Not a greeting. A confirmation. I cleared my throat. Why out here? She didn't answer until we crested the ridge. Then, this is far enough. Her door swung open before I could stop. The desert air hissed in, dry and hot. She stepped out, the movement fluid, inhuman. You'll be fine, she said. You always are. I drove off, but the road felt different now. My tires crunched on gravel. I'd swerved onto the shoulder. The mirrors showed nothing but sagebrush. I waited. Nothing approached. Yet every hair on my neck stood up, like she was still sitting there. The GPS pinged. Turn left in 0.2 miles. I obeyed. The exit sign for the non-existent turnout flickered into view. Ripley's turnout. Scenic overlook. Before a gust of wind snuffed the bulb. I never found the address she gave me. My map still shows a blank where she said to go. Sometimes, I think I see her in my rear view, a smudge of movement just beyond the glass. But when I stop, no one's there. Just the desert breathing, and I keep driving. Story 2. The highway stretched like a black vein through the desert, flanked by nothing but sagebrush and the occasional skeletal remains of a dead tree. My rental car's heater sputtered, blowing air so cold it felt like wind from a refrigerator. I'd been driving for 8 hours, but the GPS still read 127 miles to the nearest motel. The last exit behind me was 20 miles back, a lonely gas station with a closed convenience store and a single flickering streetlight. Now, the dashboard clock glowed 1:17 a.m., and my headlights began to dim, as if the car itself were tired of this journey. I rolled down the window to listen for help, but all I heard was the whine of the wind and the distant hum of a radio tower I couldn't see. Then, the lights cut out entirely. The car shuddered to a stop. I sat in the dark for a minute, hands gripping the wheel, willing the engine to roar back to life. Nothing. Eventually, I climbed out, my breath crystallizing in the air. The stars above felt too close, too bright, as if the sky were pressing down on me. I patted the gas tank, full. The battery? Maybe. I crouched to inspect the cables when I saw them. 2 sets of headlights approaching from behind, low to the ground, like a truck's. But they moved slowly, almost deliberately. I straightened, heart thudding. The beams crept closer, revealing a battered white van with a damaged license plate. It parked crookedly across the road. A man stepped out, tall, hunched, his face obscured by the shadow of a ball cap. He raised a hand in a lazy wave. "Car trouble?" I hesitated. "Yeah, maybe battery." He nodded, as if this were the most ordinary thing. "Happens. This road's a ghost trap in the dark." His voice was smooth, almost amused. I noticed his shoes, work boots, scuffed, laces frayed. They looked heavy with something. Dirt? Sand? I gestured to the van. "You heading to Bakersfield?" He tilted his head. "You don't know?" A pause. "That exit you passed? There was a motel. Red sign. But it burned down in 13. No one stayed out here after that." My throat tightened. The last exit I'd seen was a closed gas station. No motel. "You trying to prank me?" He chuckled, a dry sound. "If I were, I'd say the road's clear. But it's not. You'll circle back on yourself if you keep going. Trust me." He stepped closer, and I caught the faintest whiff of smoke, like burning rubber. "Take the van. It's faster." I blinked. "What?" "Free of charge," he said. "Just keep the door locked, and watch the rearview mirror." Something in his tone, cold, final, made my skin prickle. I glanced at my car, then back. He opened the van door, revealing a cargo hold full of black plastic bags, their contents shifting like coiled snakes. "Get in," he said, "or stay out here and learn what the desert's made of." I hesitated. My car's headlights suddenly flared to life, blinding me. When I looked up, he was standing in the beam, one hand raised as if to shield his eyes. "Time's ticking," he said. I got in. The van smelled of mildew and ash. He didn't speak as he pulled onto the road, but I couldn't shake the sense we weren't heading toward Bakersfield. When I glanced in the rear view, my own car sat exactly where I'd left it, its headlights still burning bright, though I'd turned them off. The man hasn't asked for a favor yet, but I have a feeling I'll owe him one. And I don't know if I'll want to pay it back. Story 3. The highway blurred into itself, a ribbon of yellow lines swallowed by darkness. My GPS had died hours ago, and the gas gauge blinked toward empty. I followed the last voice in my head, a stranger's static-tinged advice from a radio talk show. "If you're lost in the Black Range, follow the power lines. They'll lead you to something." They led me to a flickering light. A gas station slumped at the edge of the road, its sign tilted as if bowing. "Welco. Service closed." The letters were cracked, the glass of the windows frosted with dust. But a car was parked in the lot, a rusted pickup, its bed full of what looked like firewood. Then I saw the man. He stood by the pumps, silhouette thick against the neon, smoking a cigarette with the slow drag of someone used to waiting. I rolled down my window, breath visible in the cold. "Is there a town nearby? I'm lost," he finished, squinting through smoke. His voice was a gravelly chuckle. "Yeah, you look it." He didn't step closer, just gestured at the road with his cigarette. "Keep going east. Another 10 miles you'll hit the river. There's a diner there. Open 24/7. I frowned. The map said no diner. "And what's the town's name?" The man's head tilted, ash falling from his cigarette. "Don't know. Haven't been there in years." He stubbed it out on his heel and stepped into the shadows of the station. "But you'll find it. They always do." I drove east. The power lines sagged overhead, their hum vibrating through the car. 10 miles. 20. The road dipped, and the river appeared below, a wide black trench, no diner in sight. I circled the bend, then braked. No headlights behind me. No headlights at all. The road behind had been empty when I arrived, but now I saw them. Tire tracks in the dust, split from my own. Fresh. And closer. I reversed slowly, scanning the dark for movement. Nothing. Just the hulking trees, their branches clawing at the wind. By the time I found the station again, it was gone. The road curved back, but the entrance, the sign, the trucks, nothing remained. Just a field of rocks and a broken telephone pole. A dead raven sat on it, feathers frozen, beak open like a silent scream. I never found the diner. The gas gauge stabilized on empty as I reached the highway, but the power lines, gone. Replaced by the usual tianye of desolation. I've retraced this route a dozen times since. No station, no man. Only once, on a stormy night, did the radio crackle to life with a voice, low and dry. They don't serve coffee there. It goes bad fast. I drive on, wondering if the gauge was ever full at all.